everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone's day is going well. So today I'm going to be taking you guys behind the scene of this photo right here. This is actually a recreation of a painting. So a little backstory of this picture. One of my friends, her name is Angelique. She's an artist. She created this painting right here. It's called No Weapon Formed Against Me Shall Prosper. And this is the inspiration behind the picture that I created. So yeah, she basically let me recreate it. And I wanted to take the same elements that she created on her canvas painting, but I also wanted to just make it a little bit of my own as well. So yeah, here's her information. Please go support her. So yeah, within this video, I'm basically going to take you guys into Photoshop with me and give you guys a look of how all of the elements and how I created the starry barrier and everything. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going to duplicate my background. I don't want to work on the original. I want to create a new layer, just so I can work on a new layer, so it won't be destructive for the original layer. So right now, I'm taking the selection tool and I press the select subject. If you do the select subject, it basically pretty much does the work for you. If the subject is, mostly clear and it stands out. So yeah, select subject, and then you also want to go to select mask. When you do the select mask, it takes you to this window right here where it gives you more options, and you can have the choice to just make more corrections. So here I'm just doing like a better selection around my hair. You want to take that refine brush tool, that middle tool, use that to get in like the cracks of the hair, the little areas that are like kind of hard to get with like that main selection tool. So yeah, I'm making my little edit, smooth feather, contrast a little bit, not too much. I want to create a new layer with the layer mask. The layer mask, it gives me the opportunity to make any other corrections to it. If I see anything else that I want to correct, it just still gives me the opportunity to go back and make those corrections. So I have already downloaded my images. So this is the image I got from Google. And I'm just going to get 3 of these and line them up on the background. And I'm doing my free transform tool and just lining that up and creating it the way that I see fit, basically. So yeah, I'm going to do 3 of these because if you look at the photo, it's like a thin line from the top and it like pours down, and then the barrier starts to spread out on the left and the right side at the bottom. So I wanted to make sure I'm able to basically take away from the right and the left at the top, but leave the right and the left at the bottom there. So you'll see once I start taking that away and actually forming the barrier. So I'm taking my brush tool. My hair is looking a little funny around the edges, so I'm really just going to clean it up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see, like it looks a little like cloudy. Like you see how it looks dark and it doesn't look refined or whatever. So I'm just going to clean this up with the brush tool. Just add some more here in, or add more of that dark in so it doesn't look that way, so it looks more refined. And then the hairs, I'm gonna the hairs that are there that I want to be more defined, I'm going to add that back in too. Also, when you select the mask and you use the brush to correct with the mask, you want to make sure that your colors are in black and white. So right now I have my color in black, which is adding the background back. And then when I do the white, is going to add my original picture back in. So yeah, I'm still painting, getting this hair together. So I didn't really like that selection. I'm going to speed it up a little bit just to go ahead and make these hair corrections. You can also toggle between the soft brush and the hard brush. The hard brush leaves things more defined. The soft brush leaves more of a like a maybe like a soft gradient, like a soft edge. So this is the before and after with that. You also want to make sure the background, as you can see, my 3 layers from the background, it's up under my mask. It's up under my original picture. So you want to make sure you have those layers placed properly. So yeah, I'm just correcting these 3 the way that I want them to go. As you can see, I'm just using my free transform. And you can also do this in the edit section at the top. My screen doesn't show my my area at the top. So yeah, if you just go to edit in Photoshop, it'll drop down and it'll show you free transform, and it gives you the option to rotate, flip and do all of this other stuff. So with this, I am selecting each picture, and I created a mask for each picture. So you click on that mask by the picture that you want to edit. And that's what I'm doing. I'm getting my paintbrush tool again and basically just taking it away. I'm forming the barrier around me to my liking. And also, guys, to create a mask, you guys see the options at the bottom right hand corner where the layers are. It's that square with the circle in the middle. You basically just want to press on the layer you want to create a mask for, and then just click that button and it'll create a mask for you. So I'm still just getting this barrier together, just toggling back and forth with the paintbrush tool, soft brush, hard brush. Was really trying to see how I wanted my barrier to be. So now I am going to create the background. This is the picture, another picture that I chose off of Google. I basically still wanted to keep like a canvas look because the original piece is a canvas painting. And I still wanted to keep that kind of texture going as well. So that's also why I chose these 2, because it gives off kind of like a watercolor brush stroke feel. So I also found these hands on Google. So since these hands, they're not a PNG image. For those who don't know what a PNG image is, it's basically a transparent image. You see that I'm making the selection around the hands. Well, I'm taking the white from around the hands, and it just leaves the hands basically. So with a PNG image, it will just have the hands how they are. You won't see a barrier around it. So I had to basically do that in order to get the hands by itself. Of course, if you do have a PNG image, you won't have to take that extra step that I just did. So now I'm just placing the hands where I want them to go. And every time you add a new photo or a new layer, you want to make sure, once again, you want to make sure that the layers are placed where they need to be. So I went ahead and duplicated the hands so I didn't have to do that whole process again. And how you do that, you basically just you drag it, or you can just create a new layer. You would drag it to the option down there. You see the square with the plus sign. You would basically just drag it there. So just positioning the hands. And remember, every layer you want to work with, you make sure you press on that mask. For some reason, it left like the barrier. So what I'm doing right now is just taking those little white lines out. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm adding the stars. So yeah, you add the stars, you line it up to where you see fit. I think that's pretty good. And then I think I want it to be screen just gives it a more vibrant feel to me. The other one looked pretty dull. So yeah. So I'm dragging the stars where I want it to be because I don't want the stars to be on the hands. So you guys see that I basically just dragged the stars up under the hands. So right now I made a mask for it, getting to my brush again and basically just taking away the stars where I don't want them to be. I'm going to scale down myself. I'm going to scale down myself a little. I didn't really care for, I guess, the size. It didn't really look I guess proportionalized to me. So I basically, like I said, you can use that free transform tool. Just click your original picture and go to edit, use that free transform and do it that way. I'm just taking the stars out. Since I adjusted myself, it was like some stars on my face again. So I'm going to add some effects. I want to add like a shadow, and how you can do that is you can either click on the layer twice, or you can go down to those options at the bottom right corner again, or you can press FX and those options will come up. So I basically just added a drop shadow, and then once you click on that drop shadow, it brings up some more options where you can kind of play around. You can adjust the angle and opacity and spread and size. You can basically mess with those until it gets to your liking, basically. So yeah, I'm just going to play around with these a little bit. until it comes to my liking. I was still seeing some stuff. So I had to take those out as well. The stuff from the selection I did earlier. And right now, my headband does not match. So I'm just going to create this to be black and white. So I made a hue and saturation layer. You can make a new fill or adjustment layer by going to those layers at the bottom again. And it's that circle with the half line going diagonally. So you press that and then press hue saturation and then create a mask again and basically just make your selection wherever you will want to change that color. So you go to the new fill adjustment layer again, and I'm doing selective color. I usually do this with skin tones and make skin tones look more, it gives it more of a deeper look. I guess a more contrasty look. And I do a gradient map, which gives the skin more, I guess, more vibrance. You can toggle around with you can toggle around with these color stops. And as you guys can see, you know, my skin is changing. The light on my skin is changing. And of course, there's like so many other options you can choose from when it comes to gradient maps. So I play around with these all day, depending on, you know, the projects that I'm doing or, you know, the colorways that I want to create. So just for this picture specifically, you know, I just chose the one that I chose and I toggled around with it until I was satisfied. So it looks like that is basically it. I'm just moving the layers around, making sure I have everything in place because, you know, I can't reiterate this enough. You know, wherever your layers are is where it's going to show. So I was kind of indecisive of if I wanted to leave myself, like if I wanted to show my complexion or if I wanted to do like a black and white theme, and I decided black and white. So I just went ahead and created a new fill and adjustment layer. So yeah, you pull that up and you guys can see I'm just toggling with the reds, and I'm going to toggle with the yellow as well because red and yellow is pretty much for melanated people. Red and yellow is basically, you know, our underlying color tones. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, I did some more editing in Lightroom. So right here is actually not the finished product. I just wanted to show you guys the background. But still have some work to do with the lighting and colorways and stuff like that. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this helped whoever is watching, whether you're a beginner or experienced or you're just watching. I hope this helped and I hope you enjoy it.